and he just yells at me really hard. Do you see this rank? Like, I'm not a flight sergeant. What do you call me? I just start bawling. Hi, my name is Shiro and welcome to my channel. I create videos about minimalism and simple living, and thank you so much for stopping by and checking my videos out. Before I created videos about minimalism, a long time ago, I created comedy videos about type of people in your life. So type of people in your friend group, type of people in your classroom. One specific series that I created was about cadets. Yes, I used to be an Air Cadet, which you probably won't be able to tell just by looking at me, but yes. So this photo over here, this is me when I was 12 years old. I am just a baby. And many people have been asking me lots of questions about how I joined, what were my experience like, and I thought I would just sit down and tell you about my cadet journey. I want to start a series on this channel about experiences that made me, and basically Air Cadets, they made me the person who I am today. Without it, I wouldn't be as confident, or I would not be as more determined to reach my goals. So in this video, I'm just going to tell you more about what my experience was like. I joined the Air Cadet program in April 2011 when I was just 12 years old, practically like anybody else did. I feel like there are two types of people in the Air Cadet program. They are either forced by their parents to join, or they're genuinely very excited about joining because you could get your flying license, and how cool is that? I will paint you a picture of who I was. Right now I seem to be probably like really bubbly and outgoing person, but back then I was the complete opposite. I didn't really speak English because we just recently moved from Russia with my parents. I was also very shy because I did not speak English. And when you don't really understand what other people are saying, like, it puts you in a really awkward spot, and that's where I was back in the days. The reason why I joined, I still have no idea. My aunt, who lived in Canada for a while, she recommended I join because I didn't really do any extracurriculums. I was sitting in my room playing video games, watching Russian cartoons, and enjoying my life, but then I was kind of miserable in the same time because I had no friends. This one Friday night, I showed up to my school where my squadron parade. The squadron that I ended up joining was 180 Mosquito Squadron in Toronto. It's been a really interesting journey. There are a lot of great things and there's a lot of hard and challenging moments, which I'm going to tell you all about them in this video. When I joined, it was the end of the year, so I didn't have a chance to sign up for summer camp. And in those few weeks, I just completed my recruiting program and I was issued my uniform. This is me as a 12-year-old with an uncentered belt. The following year, I show up in September again. I only know that there's only parade nights on Friday nights. I don't know the existence of teams such as band or rifle drill team or sports teams. I had no idea those existed, because I didn't speak English. And maybe to some of my friends who were in cadets with me, they're like, really? Really? Moving forward, I'm in grade 8. I just show up every single Friday night. I don't understand English. I don't understand why I'm showing up because I'm getting yelled at and like on why I didn't shine my boots. And I just didn't really, like, I did not enjoy it, but it wasn't bad. Anyway, I just kept on showing up, seeing what's gonna happen. At that point, my family started kind of questioning why am I in the Air Cadet program. My grandparents, they live in Russia, and it's a very different type of program. Like, you don't really get that in Russia. And my grandmother was like, the Air Cadet program is not really for girls, you shouldn't go. And I was like, I will. It's not that I felt out of place, but I didn't feel like girls were not invited. And I didn't have anything better to do, so I kept on showing up. In the end of my grade 8 year, I finally had this moment that changed my whole entire cadet career. I don't remember exactly when this moment happened, but it was in the beginning of the parade night. I'm with my flight waiting to be inspected to see if my uniform is up to standard, which it wasn't. I was a bad cadet at first. And they were doing attendance. And when they're doing attendance, you have to come from at ease, the position at ease, to attention and say the highest rank around you in the flight. And me knowing that there's a flight surgeon, so I need to just come to attention and say flight surgeon. And I didn't do that. Well, I did. So I go to attention when they call my name and I say flight surgeon. Very high-pitched voice, I know. And this warrant officer, he comes running because I didn't see him, and he just yells at me really, really hard, and he's like, "Do you see this rank? Like, I'm not a flight surgeon. What do you call me?" I'm like, "You're warrant officer, first class." And I didn't really, it didn't click with me that I have to yell sir instead of like flight surgeon or... So I came to attention and I was like, warrant officer, first class. It's really stupid. And he yells at me really hard and I just start bawling. And I'm pretty sure he felt really bad, so he ran away. And I'm just standing there at ease, crying my eyes out. So the surgeon comes over. He was really nice, and I'm not gonna name any names in this video. He comes over and he's like, "Do you want to sit down?" Every single cadet right now, they're like, okay. But he took me aside and I'm just bawling my eyes out because I didn't expect it to get yelled at that hard. And the surgeon, he's like, "You know what? I know you show up every single Friday, which is good, but the cadet program is not really about parade nights. It's really about having friends and showing up to team nights or team days, like band or sports." And he's like, "You should join a team." And since it was the end of the year, I didn't really have time to show up and join a team. So I decided that next year I am actually going to join a team. And this is the moment where I start understanding English and I start understanding what people are saying, and I get excited because I can actually communicate with people now. September arrives. I'm in grade 9 now and I understand everything and I get very excited about others and talking to other people. And it's the first parade night of the year and I hear the announcements and I'm like, "Oh, there's band happening. That's very cool. I can learn an instrument. Oh, there is also a sports team, drill team, rifle drill team. How exciting, all these things, you know? I need to join all of them." And that's what I end up doing. I show up the next day to drill team tryouts. If you're from Canada and you know about 180 Mosquito Squadron, probably one of the things that you know is that our drill team is pretty good. And we won phase 2 many, many times in the past years. And that's what I was I had no idea. So I tried out for the drill team and I didn't make it as the main person, I made it as a backup person. So whenever somebody didn't show up to the practice, I would just fill in as that extra person. And eventually I made it as the main person for the team and we competed and we did amazing. I also joined band and I joined rifle drill team and I joined sports teams. I basically was that person who was always there in cadets because I just loved it so much. The reason why I loved it so much, because for the first time in my life, I felt like I belong somewhere. The people that are there, they like me and they want me there, and that's what I found. That's how I got hooked on being so excited about the Air Cadet program. I I don't necessarily wish that happened earlier to me, because if that happened earlier to me when I did not actually understand English, I don't think I would have been like smart enough to be a part of the whole entire community. But at that point, I was like mature enough to be a part of the community, and my English speaking level was good enough too. And for the next 3 years, that was my life. I would go to school, I would go to cadets, and then eventually I got promoted to a flight corporal. And 180 has also a ever slightly different flight system. So instead of just getting promoted by rank, you also get promoted by flight. So basically, Flight 5 is the recruit flight, and Flight 1 are flight corporals that are about to become surgeons and staff cadets. When I got to Flight 1, I became a flight corporal, and I thought I would become a surgeon fairly quickly, but no, I didn't. Flight 1 is generally one of those flights that you are either get stuck in or you get promoted fairly quickly. I thought, like, I didn't necessarily think like I was the best cadet ever, but I thought I really tried. Like, I took my initiative, I always showed up, I always did my uniform. And then there was this one night in February of 2016, I believe, no, was it 2014? 2000, I believe it's February 2014. And we had this whole entire gang of people, not actual gang, but like we were all very close and we all helped each other out. And we all thought we were gonna get promoted that night. And I was playing the xylophone in the band, and they're starting to call everybody's name for promotion. And so they're calling, and I'm like, when is my name gonna come up? When is my name gonna come up? And it didn't. And that night, I honestly, like, I have never cried more. Even talking about it, I'm like, oh wow, it's very emotional. Because the reason why, I tried really hard to be a good cadet, and it just, I guess it didn't play off. And so all my friends got promoted, and I didn't, and it was really awkward because in 180, when you get promoted, like, to a rank of sergeant, you are like a staff cadet, and you kind of like not really allowed to talk to your cadets because it's not super professional. So all my friends that I had, and we were going along together, they just stopped talking to me. Not because they were rude, just because according to 180's culture, that's what we meant to do. And I totally understand why they get it. It's more about like the professionalism part of it. And then the next day, I was supposed to show up for drill team practice, and literally all my friends are surgeon. I'm the only person who is not an NCO at that point. And every single break that I have, I just go into like this little tiny hallway and I cried because I just felt really out of place, and I felt like I deserved it. I deserved that promotion. And then I see this girl, and and then after our drill team practice, it was band practice. And this girl who was also in Flight 1, we weren't really close. I see her show up, and she was like also crying too so hard. And I feel like it's okay to mention her name because we're like best friends now because of it. Her name is Ya Chen. And we were really shocked that both of us didn't get promoted because she was doing really good and I was doing really good. And we went out for lunch that day, and I remember just like getting to know her a little bit better and just having a good time. My flight commander, he would talk to me and my friend Ya Chen about why we didn't get promoted. And part of it was we weren't confident enough at that point. And both of us, we come from a very similar place where we both immigrated from another country, and we both have very similar personalities. And it's just really funny because her problems and my problems, because of which we didn't get promoted, were very similar. So we really tried really hard. So February goes by, March goes by, it's April 11th, 2014. Her and I, we get promoted to the rank of sergeant, and it's been so amazing. Her and I, we didn't become best friends, but we became really good friends, and every single time we got paired up to become like staff cadets, we would always be put in the same flight, and I think her and I, we just worked really well. She would be the flight commander, or like the person above me, and I would be her second in command, and that balance always worked, and we really loved working together. So I'm in grade 12, and I am about to turn 18. It's my final year. I became the rifle drill team commander, and I honestly thought life was going super well, but the staff, the officers, and the other staff cadets, they would always challenge me. Like every single time I felt like I got the position, I felt like they would like ever so slightly take it away from me, and I didn't understand why. And I went through this whole entire psychological experience where I stopped enjoying cadets because it stopped being fun, because every single time I thought I would get to a goal, it would get taken away from me. Because I was constantly struggling with cadets, I asked my CO if I could take a little break by not being a flight staff just for a few weeks, and he said no. If you want to be a rifle drill team commander, you also have to be a staff, a flight staff. And I was like, okay, like school is failing because I'm focusing too much on cadets, and my mental health is going crazy because of me trying to reach my goals but not really succeeding with them. So that night, it was December 4th, 2016, I went in to talk to my CO, and I'm like getting really emotional about this. I shouldn't, but I am. And we had this, it felt like an hour-long conversation with him, and that night we discussed solutions, and I was like, I can't do this anymore, and he's like, then quit. And I quit. That night was so crazy to me because I didn't know I was putting on my uniform for the last time. Like, this is a crazy experience in my head because I truly cared about this program so much. I cared about the people in this program, and all of it was just kind of like taken away from me because I couldn't pull my weight. And all I needed just a break just to get away from it, but it was too hard. For a really long time, it was really hard for me to talk about cadets because I physically, every single time I talked about it, I felt like I physically was in pain. It's a really hard feeling to explain, but it's just kind of like a breakup. I think that's like the best way to compare it to. And the reason why I felt so bad about it is because I feel like I let so many people down. Like, I was the rifle drill team commander, and it just kind of was really hard for me to give that up. I think it also took me so long to talk about the Air Cadet Program on camera is because like I cry every single time I think of December 4th, 2016. It was a crazy night. After cadets, a few people asked me if I would ever come back for like another year because I did have a chance to come back, but I honestly felt so upset about it that I decided that it's not worth it. I'm going to move on, and this is how this YouTube channel was born, because I felt like there was still like a void in my life that I needed to fulfill, and YouTube was something that I could do, and it wasn't relying on other people, it was all on me. It was all on me about creating these YouTube videos. So in a way, the experience of the Air Cadets, it led me into the life that I have today. There's not a single day I regret joining because I learned so much. The skills that I learned include confidence. They also include me speaking English and just overall learning how to be a leader in such a young age. If you don't know, I studied journalism at university, and if you're a journalist, often you have to go out on the streets and interview people. And for me, that experience was very easy because I used to do it all the time in cadets. You probably know what tagging is, where you stand on the streets and sell pieces of paper to people, aka donating. Unique experience, and I felt very confident with going outside and talking to people, and that was just something that I did and continued to do in my university career. Yeah, I'm very glad I filmed this video, but before we go, I just wanted to show you a few little things, a few little souvenirs that I'm probably not gonna throw out. I have this box, and there's a lot of stuff in it, and I'm not gonna show you everything, but there are some cadets things that I kept, and they're really meaningful to me. So I have this sergeant epaulet over here that I used to wear. I have my level that would go, I don't remember if it goes on the left or the right hand, but that identified which level you completed, so I was in level 5 when I quit cadets. Another epaulet that goes on your shoulders, my name tag, my brass with a match. I have a match because I completed survival instructor, but I'm not going to tell you what it means because every single survival instructor will go after me. I also have the survival instructor badge, public speaking pin, and lastly I have this badge over here. I don't actually know what this name is, but when I did drill team, they instead of getting shirts, they decided to get these little tags that I would wear sometimes, and it says Shiro, that's my last name, drill team, 180 Mosquito Squadron, 2013-2014. So these are the things that I kept, and I regret nothing. And I think if you're thinking of joining Air Cadets, please do, because it's an amazing program that is filled with opportunities, including just becoming a better person, more confident, and also getting an opportunity to get your pilot license, which for free. How cool is that? Alright, this is it for this video. Please let me know if you are a cadet. Share your experience with me because I think it's such a good program and so many people benefit from me. What's your favorite memory from Air Cadets, whether you are currently a cadet or have been a cadet? Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a big thumbs up, and also I'll see you in the next video. Bye!